Take this Road Glide CVO out next. 117. It's got that faded blue color, kind of a transition. Spiffy looking bike. Alright guys, we're heading out on the CVO Road Glide with the 117. Big old cruiser bike, touring bike. Good, I'm at the end of the line. That's where I like to be. Whew! Man, look at the dash on this thing. Holy smokes. Compared to that Ultra Limited, this thing is like a cockpit. Man. Come on, bud. Get that thing in gear. So this is my first time on a Road Glide with the fixed fairing. So we'll see if that takes any getting used to. Man, it's big. I mean, whew. Compared to that naked little bike I ride. So, if you're not familiar with my channel, my name is Dave. I've been riding Harleys for over 3 years. Got about 30,000 miles of riding in the last few years. I primarily ride Sportsters and Dynas. My current bike is a Dyna Low Rider 2014. So a touring bike is not my go-to ride, but this is the 4th or 5th one I've taken out, and it is fun to do this on a demo day. We're obviously in an escorted ride here, so I'm not going to be able to do much of anything except just follow the leader. But I'll give you my impressions, especially coming from being a rider of smaller bikes. I've ridden an Ultra Limited earlier today. I think I also rode an Ultra Limited 2 years ago, both Milwaukee 8s. I've ridden a Street Glide, and I think that's the touring bikes I've ridden. I mean, these things are the best of the best. The riding position is super comfortable. The seat is really plush. I mean, you just know right off the bat you could spend hours on this bike before you have to get off and take a break. That's what it's designed for. The Milwaukee 8 feels really good. It still has that Harley feel. I always like having a stage 1 done, and I like louder pipes, but I don't know if I would necessarily want that on a touring bike, because if you're going to be doing long distances, you know, you can have the fatigue factor. I always wear earplugs, but you also have the sound system. I'm not sure how well you would be able to enjoy that if you've got loud pipes, but the riding position is really great. The floorboards, you know, you can move around a bit and adjust your position. Super comfortable. I mean, you don't even notice the bumps. And you got so many amenities on here. So this one has a hydraulic clutch, and this is the second bike I've ridden with the hydraulic clutch. And what I notice is you actually feel a sensation in the clutch lever when you shift. You feel a little pop in your hand, and I really don't know why you feel that, but I guess that just comes with the design of their hydraulic clutch. So what else can I say? This is obviously not a professional review or anything. This is just my impressions. I mean, if I were looking to tour This is definitely one of the top contenders. And with the 117, you've got a really big, powerful engine. It obviously doesn't accelerate like the FXDR I just rode or the Fat Bob. But hey, don't let the size fool you. This thing's got some zip. The 117 is a nice, powerful engine. I wasn't sure how I'd like the fixed fairing, but it's actually not as different as I thought it would be. I mean, it obviously doesn't turn when you turn, but it does lean when you lean, and I think that's enough. It doesn't feel too weird or anything. I like these handlebars. They look like some kind of a mini ape, I guess you could call it. I mean, they're obviously not real high like apes, but they do have, you know, considerable rise to them, but they feel really good. The mirrors are really nice. You can really see a lot of what's going on behind you, almost, you know, alongside you as well. Big old gas tank. Yeah, CVO is a pretty serious machine. I really like it. You know, I'm realistic. This is not the kind of bike I'm gonna have in my future, but it's sure, I can imagine how fun it would be to just jump on one of these and go for a few hundred miles. Really nice brakes. I believe these are linked brakes. What I've been noticing with the bikes I'm riding is that you've got to let the clutch out further to really get it to bite. I didn't think my bike was not adjusted correctly. I mean, my bike rides like I'm used to earlier year bikes riding, so I don't know if they've made a change with that, but a little disconcerting for me, just kind of letting the clutch out, expecting something to catch, and there's nothing there yet. But I guess that's part of getting used to it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is a machine designed for the highway. So, no windshield, but the fairing is pretty high. The wind is hitting my shoulder area, but it's not buffeting my head. I believe I mentioned I'm 6 feet tall. I think I'd still want something. I'm not sure if this is adjustable. It may be. So just something to think about. Obviously, you're going to test ride one of these if you're seriously thinking of buying it. But that's just some observations from my end here. I always do have a windshield. I take it off once in a blue moon for the different riding experience, but I definitely prefer a windshield, especially out on the highway. Otherwise, I feel like I'm kind of hanging on for dear life. Now, the fairing does take a lot of that off of you, but not all of it. So just something to be aware of. The overall riding position's nice. Layout of everything. the dash and the screen on the entertainment system, it really is far away. I mean, it's a good almost another foot from my hand, so I didn't expect that. Yeah, this has plenty of giddy up and go for the highway, that's for sure. You can keep up with anything out here. Super smooth ride though, I'll tell you. Really nice. I do have to say, I think the seat on the Ultra Limited, it felt softer and deeper than the seat on the CVO, which surprises me. I'm not sure if that's because I rode 7 bikes today, but a noticeable difference to me. So just want to do some friction zone here and see if I can keep the bike. Yeah, it's pretty stable. When I'm at one of those long backups at a stoplight, you know, I sometimes just glide down using the friction zone without constantly stopping and starting. It feels like you could do that with no problem with this. Alright guys, thanks for watching.